hell no.
All right, the drama in the sky today. He was hiding in a box in the Atlantic, not in the balloon, for 2 hours, though. The country watched, thinking a 6-year-old...
You're right, and you know what? There's not a person in this room, man. There's not a person in this room that didn't want that kid to be in that balloon.
Yeah, especially after I found out, like, he was at home hiding in the attic. Then
Exactly.
I was really wanting him to be in there.
And then he said, you know what? You just got.
Yep.
You got, bitch.
By a 6-year-old.
Everybody wanted a couple of things to happen. Everybody wanted, 1, the kid to be in the balloon, or 2, the kid to fall out of the balloon, or 3, for like some airplanes have to shoot it down.
Yeah, I was like hoping for a mid-air sort of rescue plan.
Or like we were wanted like not to be filled full of helium and not ever go down, but instead just be up there for a long time and keep going higher and higher, and the kid's going to freeze, and then all of a sudden there's a real high stakes rescue.
Right, they got to figure something out real fast. It was these news reporters, they were reaching yesterday because there's only so much they all knew because the information was pretty scarce. And one of the newscasters was like, well, I've been thinking about it, and what they should really do is find a giant net for it to fly into. Really?
And where are you going to catch this net?
The boy was trapped in a balloon that was running away. The balloon sped across the sky, going as high as 2,000 feet off the ground.
Now, it was hauling ass, too.
Yes, it was.
National Guard was planning a rescue. A lot of people were trying to figure out how to do this, and then the balloon just came down. No child inside. Fox 13's Alicia Cunha explains why the boy was hiding in a box at home while everybody else feared for his...
Now, let's just take a couple steps back, and that is, what kind of parents are you? Trent already chimed in and said these people are whack jobs. But what kind of parents are you if a kid can bamboozle you for 3 hours and you can't find him?
Yeah, on top of that, they said they searched all the entire house. They searched all the drawers, everything, all the little nooks and crannies, except for the attic.
Yeah.
life.
They're located right at the house.
Amazement and relief.
They just read the page to me.
Whatever. I so wanted that kid to be in there.
All I could think of when I was
did you want him to be in there?
I missed the whole thing.
Oh man! All I could think of, I was like, is that the spaceship from 2001 Odyssey traveling across the country?
That he's at the house and he's fine.
The boy, originally suspected of being swept away in his father's home,
Man, we could not have been that fortunate.
made balloon is found alive.
How does it feel to see my son again? This is a real...
Fred, this guy's a real jackass.
Yeah, a huge jackass. From what I understand, he goes nuts and yells at everybody. Thief. We're going to watch him a lot closer.
The panic
We're going to watch him a lot closer.
started early Thursday afternoon as emergency crews, law enforcement officials, and news teams tracked a giant weather balloon across the Colorado sky. The flying saucer-like device belongs to storm chasers Richard and Mayumi Heaney.
Storm chaser. If you're a storm chaser, they ought to round you up right now. If all you got better to do is just chase a storm around, man, then you know what? You're just not productive in life. See you later. Out of here.
Neighbors apparently overheard the couple's 2 oldest boys say their 6-year-old brother Falcon had climbed...
Falcon. Anybody who names their kids Falcon, they need to round you up as well, to be honest with you. Because you're just right now, you're just asking for attention. You're an attention hound. I'm going to call this kid Falcon. Are you kidding me?
into the weather balloon in the family's backyard.
2 of the boys were up on the roof of the house with a camera saying something about their brother having, left on... I thought it was an airplane.
The orb soared for more than 2 hours, traveling 50 miles over 2 counties and moving as fast as 25 miles an hour. Local and cable news stations were broadcasting the dramatic images live. The balloon crash-landed in a field and rescue crews tore it open, but Falcon was not inside.
Falcon. Break.
That tore me apart. The only thing I could think of was that he had fallen out. And so I had to retract back my mind. Did he fall out? Or...
Oh, is he crying now?
Crocodile tears. This is all a work.
About an hour and a half later, the resounding news. Falcon was safe and sound the whole time, hiding in a
How many hours later?
What was it? The 2 or 3
box
hours?
in the attic. It's sounding news. About an hour and a half later, the resounding news. Falcon was safe and sound the whole time, hiding in a box in the attic. In Fort Collins, Colorado, Alicia Cunha, Fox News.
The boy said he was hiding because he was afraid. He was scared after his father yelled at him for getting inside a compartment in that balloon. By the way, the Colorado National Guard scrambled a big Black Hawk helicopter to try to rescue the boy, possibly by lowering somebody to the balloon. Those helicopter flights alone cost nearly $15,000. No price tag yet on the entire search operation.
Ethan out of Dayton, Ohio. Ethan, hi.
Hey, Bob, how's it going?
Good, sir.
So I'm on my way to Dayton right now. and I was watching the Today Show right before I left, and they had that balloon kid on.
Turn around in the mall somewhere.
He was doing a live interview and said something to his dad and said, like, I'm going to get sick, I'm going to throw up. And he just puked on the Today Show twice.
You're kidding me.
No, he puked the first time. I'm not sure if anybody caught it, but then the second time his mom was definitely holding up the Gladware container down, and he just like puked right into it. So I'm not sure how long it'll take to be on YouTube, but I'm sure it'll be all over the place.
We're on it, man. Thank you for the heads up, Ethan. Thank you, buddy.
No problem.
Jabberjaw, Big Dick, dispatch all units.
That's hilarious. Didn't it seem like it was going faster than 25 miles an hour, though?
Yeah, it did. But I think that
I thought it was going 80 the way that it looked on TV.
I wanted it to go 800. I did. I wanted it to go 800 and be in a fiery crash.
Did he hear anything? Did he hear you screaming out, Falcon, Falcon?
Again, 2.5 hours. They couldn't find a kid. Give me a break.
He's asking Falcon, did you hear us calling your name?
Hey, Falcon, did you hear us calling you?
Well, this is the best. This is very telling right here.
Anytime? You did?
You did?
Am I calling your name at any time? You did? Falcon, did you hear?
Anybody who talks to their kid this animated, the kid's what, 6?
Yeah, 6.
Anytime, if you can't talk to your 6-year-old like a man, go, hey, Falcon, did you hear us? Anytime. You got to be that animated,
like a puppy,
and that cartoonist. They should round you up as well in the Clem concentration camp program.
He's asking Falcon, did you hear us calling your name at any time? You did?
He can't talk.
No, he talks. He says something else right here.
You did?
Why didn't you come out?
Yes, sir.
What? The language you can talk? Huh? If I was this kid, man, I had this mentality and the parents like this, I would be getting in a balloon too, and hoping that I never had to go back. A balloon to Never Land. This makes Michael Jackson look like Dad of the Year.
He did this for the show.
What did he mean? We did this for the show.
Hold on. Hold on.
Yes, sir. We did this for the show.
What did he mean? We did this for the show.
I have no idea. I think he was talking about the media. They've been asking him a lot of questions. So somebody had asked him that question.
Sounds like Tom Arnold, doesn't he? This guy does.
Earlier.
You want to ask him now? I don't know if you can hear me. What he meant by what he said, we did this for the show?
Talking. They want to know. They want to know why you were in the attic, okay, for so long, and why you. Let me interrupt this real quick.
Yeah.
He refuses to do it because it's a work.
Yeah. Let me interrupt this real quick before I completely expose myself to being a complete jackass on national TV right now. Let me just go ahead and interrupt programming right now. As a storm chaser that I am, bad dad.
Let me interrupt the question that everyone wants to know.
Right. Let me go ahead and kind of rework it.
Because I think I can see the direction you guys are.
Yeah, I think I can see where you guys are really on it.
I think I see the angle you're working.
I think I can see that I'm really being buffooned out here.
We weren't even going to do this interview.
Oh, guilty. Come on.
And I'm kind of appalled after all of the feelings that I went through, up and down, that you guys are trying to suggest something else, okay? I'm really appalled because they said out in front that this would be the end and I wouldn't have to be bothered for the rest of the week with any shows or anything.
That's a dick.
So we said, okay, fine, we'll do this. So
listen, asswipe, nobody's trying to make you anything. Nobody owes you nothing.
Yeah, he knows that he's going to get jobbed out.
I'm kind of appalled that you guys would say something like that.
Reverse the heat.
I'm appalled that you're able to be alive, bitch, and procreate. Jackass. Why can't Wolf Blitzer say that, huh? Why can't somebody have the nads to say that?
Because it's Wolf Blitzer.
Yeah. It's Wolf Blitzer. Woof. Hey, Wolf. Wolf Blitzer. Let me take over, Wolf. You jackass. Wolf.
That's such a douchebag. It's such a cool name. It really sucks.
Wolf Blitzer? Yeah, that's
yeah, you're right. Him and Falcon should get together.
Him in his situation room. He's just got giant TVs behind him. They call it a situation room.
Yeah, you got a situation room.
Oh, yeah. I sure do.
You and Juicy Food are in a situation cab, situation everything. Wendy, hi.
Hi. You know, I just was accidentally listening to another show previously, and I tuned into you, and they had said they were on Larry King Live last night, and they have been on 2 wife-swapping shows, and they do multiple shows on television with their little weather thing. And the boy said, the boy said, well, what made you do that? Were you scared of your dad? Oh, no, we did it for the show. Can you believe that?
Yeah, we just played
it for the show.
We just played that a few seconds ago. So, yeah, obviously this guy's a media slut. And a bad, yeah, they ought to garner up those two kids, find a good home for them, and kill the dad and let the mom free. It's like the mom's kind of like maybe in an abusive type situation too. Like the dad's really got his thumb on everybody in the family.
But make them pay for all the money that the government has put out looking for that child.
Absolutely, absolutely.